Oh, sorry. Something that comes up to me is the quote that really sticks with me, that when it said that Tate has told Hannah she doesn't need a mom, don't try to be her mom, or something along those lines, and that's why I feel like that really messed up Taylor. Because it's kind of Taylor, her whole, it showed her whole life is why doesn't Hannah love me? Why doesn't she act like all the other, she does to all the other girls? And then it's kind of why couldn't, it almost makes me kind of mad at Tate, being why couldn't you just let Hannah love on her?
Do you think that she would have ended up as tough and independent as if Hannah had been a mother to her?
I think she would have been more sentimental and hard-hearted, but that's true. She probably wouldn't have been as independent. That does make sense. So I think it was kind of a double-edged sword.
That maybe impacted why she didn't reach out to her.
Part of me feels like Taylor wouldn't have gone looking for her mother if she had kind of adopted Hannah as a mother figure. But I don't know. Because she knew she had a mother somewhere. I don't know if it would change.
The question kind of arises from that as would it have been essential for her to meet her mother? Kind of if she was happy with Hannah, would it have been necessary for her to actually meet Tate? Would she have been better off not to? Which sounds really harsh, but in a sense it makes me wonder if she hadn't have had that heartbreak, if she would have been better off.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if it would have been more anger towards her mom than confusion. Because her mom kind of, in her eyes, abandoned her because she didn't really understand at that point that Hannah was already picked. So maybe she kind of feel abandoned. More of the abandonment to the point that she feels angry than kind of why did my mom do this? I can't really remember if Hannah was. But she remembered her mom loving her. She found out later wasn't who she was, but that made her remember her mom better.
I can ask. I know that the reason that she was taken, or that she was given, however that process went, that it was because her mother did a lot of drugs. But was there more to it that I just missed? Was it mostly just that? I don't know. Why did her mother necessarily give her up? I know that it's because she was on a lot of drugs.
Her mom was a prostitute and was in a lot of drugs because actually prostitution is legal in Australia.
I didn't know that.
But so basically what happened with Sam and stuff like that is Sam's stepdad molested both of them and threw the mom for the loop. Basically the mom accepted this is not a safe lifestyle for my daughter, and I put my daughter in jeopardy because of how I chose to live my life because of my depression. So that's why she gave her daughter up because it was a safer life for her daughter, and that was kind of her expressing her love for her daughter. Was to keep her daughter safe.
I had missed a little bit of that, so I'm just watching a TV show. I'm
that
makes sense then. I almost had the idea that maybe it was
and she's narky.
Yeah. And I came what they go through, and it was kind of where I was my mom did a lot of drugs and then we were taken from them. So I was yeah.
I mean, I really liked it.
Yeah, kind of almost made me mad.
I still
So you guys have about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to come back together.
That isn't anything that like
Yeah.
Okay, does group number 1 want to start talking about what they said in their groups, and then we can open it up to the entire class, and you guys can kind of pitch into what you think about question number 1. So, group number 1.
Oh, well, basically we brought up the two different sides of how we feel. Like, well, kind of at first it was that Taylor felt kind of like almost distraught because she was like, why doesn't Hannah love me? Why isn't she acting towards me like she does to the other girls? Kind of the idea of like, why does she bring them all these cute little scones and cuddle with them? But she didn't know that her mom had told her she doesn't need another mom, so don't try to be one. So it's kind of like, I mean, that quote really stuck with me, and then how, because of that, that kind of brought that pain, but in a sense we looked into it and thought, how would she have been different if Hannah was like a mother figure, more like hands-on like that, and we decided that she would be more angry towards her mom instead of like confused.
Okay.
And that's kind of overall what we came to.
That's a good one. Does anyone else in your group have anything else to say about that? No?
I guess also to add on to that, we also talked about like how if Hannah was really that mom figure to Taylor, then Taylor also knew that she had another mom. I feel like Taylor wouldn't be as persistent in trying to pursue, like looking for her mom, because she feels really comfortable already living with Hannah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So does anyone in other groups maybe have a different insight that they want to bring to the table about question 1, which is how did the relationships between Taylor's parents and Hannah impact Taylor's life? Yeah.
I mean, Arlie brought up a good point. What if the relationship was different? What if Hannah was a caring mother? How do you think that would? They said that she would maybe feel, what was the word you used? Anger towards her?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Do you agree, disagree? We'll do a show of hands. Who agrees with that statement? You think that Taylor would feel anger towards Hannah? Show of hands.
Or towards her mom.
Sorry, towards her mom. A little bit more. And who feels otherwise?
Okay. So those of you who feel otherwise, what do you think Taylor would feel towards Hannah? Some of you over there, raise your hand right now. Instead of anger, what were you thinking?
Towards Hannah or towards her mom?
Towards her mom.
Towards her mom. Sorry.
If Hannah actually explained everything, the past and everything, she might have a better understanding as to why her mom sort of lost it.
Group number 2, do you want to say what you guys discussed in your discussion about Hannah and Taylor?
We talked about how both of them had some sort of responsibility, and it was kind of thrust upon them. Taylor didn't want to take care of the girls, but you know, when the time came, she did what needed to be done. And same thing with Hannah, like it wasn't her child, but you know, when somebody's in that situation, Hannah had to do what she had to do as well. So they both had some sort of responsibility that they didn't really want, but was kind of put upon them.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything else in your guys' group that anyone else wants to add to? Because I know you guys talked about more than that.
We also said that they actually look alike, because that's why the one hobo looked at her because she thought that was her dad, and Hannah and her dad looked alike. And we also said that they both also felt that house was a home. It was someplace to go to, someplace to go home, back to.